Hi everyone, this is Mariana. I wanted to take you on a brief tour of my Forever account so you can get an idea of what it looks like and how easy it is to use. So you simply go to www.forever.com up here on the top, and you would log in on the right hand side. I'm already logged in, and you would click on these three little horizontal lines, and I'm going to go to the library. I'm going to click the library. And when you first go to it, it will prompt you to start uploading photos, but it is simple as clicking this upload button right here. When I click upload, then it will browse out to my computer. I click choose the files, and I'll just select a file that we used earlier in this Facebook event, and you can see that it already uploaded. And when I'm finished uploading, I say I'm done uploading, and you will see that photo has now popped up into my account. So the library shows you every single photo that you have that you've uploaded to your Forever account. So I have almost 25,000 photos. You can see right here in the center where it says I'm preserving 24/9/45. I can filter based on the year. I can filter based on a month. So if I click 2015, and it's just jumping right now to December, but I could just as easily say show me January, and then my January photos will come up. I can also filter by files that have not been organized. So if they're not in an album, and I say not in an album, then you'll see that I still have not organized these photos here from 2015. So I have some work to do. I'm going to go back, and I'm going to back to no filter. And over on this side, on the left side, it says date taken, and I can do newest or oldest, or I can also go by upload date. So sometimes the photos that I upload were taken at an earlier time, and it's helpful sometimes to know to see different views. So the next thing I would do as far as organizing would be to place photos into albums. Now I'm looking here and I can see a number of photos here that I did not take, and I'm going to put them into my husband's cell phone album because I know he took them. So by simply clicking on the top right hand corner, I select that photo, and I can individually select those, or I can hold down my shift key and select a whole group that are running in a row. As you can see, all those look like they belong together. And I can then add those to an album by clicking add to an album. And if I don't have an album with the name that I would like to place those in, I click new album. But in this case, I do know they belong in my husband's cell phone album. So I'm going to scroll down to Bill's cell phone album. And there's Bill's cell phone. And now it says to me that all of those photos, those 19 files, have been placed inside of that album. So you still see them sitting up here, and so you're puzzled by that because I have to do a little refreshing of my page. So because this says not in an album. So I'm going to refresh the page, and you'll see that those photos will have disappeared, and they have. So now instead, let's go over to our albums, and I'm going to select albums at the top. And this would be where I could access my photos based on the organization that I've done. And you can see that I have a lot of organization done by year, but I also have some organization done by people's names or places. So it just depends on how I want to do it. So you can see that I have a number of different kinds of albums. So it's totally up to you how you want to organize your life. I'll go into an album to give you a little peek inside of what an album looks like. So I'm going to select here my parents' wedding album. You can see that you can write about the album, and there's no character limit, so you could write a novel if you so desired. And you can see that I've placed a date in here, and now I'm going to select one of the photos, and on the side you can see the metadata that I have and the description. Again, with the description, there's no character limit. You could type as much as you wanted to. And I have tagged this photo with several different tag names of the people in it and with the designation of wedding. So I'm going to go back, and I'll go back one more time. I want to go back, oh, wrong way. I'm going to go back to the rest of my albums. And a couple things I want to point out. If I create a new album, I click New Album, and I would name that album. Let's say I'll create what's coming up, Easter 2018. And who can see this album? And I can choose whether it's a private album, friends and family, or public. In this case, I'll make it a friends and family. That will be meaningful to you in a moment. And I can write a description if I want. I'm not going to put an album date because my photographs will automatically be dated with my camera stamp or my phone stamp. And I'll create a new album. So if so you'll see Easter, and I can add directly to this. If I go back and I look in my albums, and in alphabetical order after the numbers will be E for Easter, and there's Easter 2018. So my photos will belong in there. At some point, I will nest that album inside of the year of 2018. So here you can see 2018, and I already have Super Bowl nested and Naples 2018 photos that I took down in Naples, Florida. The other things we can do in here are tagging, and you can tag people's names, events. Again, that's up to you, and you can talk to your ambassador about some suggestions on how you wish to do the tagging. In friends and family, this is where we choose the people that we wish to share with. So these people are sharing with me, and I'm sharing with them. You also in here designate who will be your account manager. You can have many account managers. My daughter is my account manager, and I am the account manager of my parents' account. I'm going to click into my sister's account here and show you that I'm able to access her albums. When you're in friends and family, it's only her albums that we're able to see. So if I click into one of her albums and I see a photo that I like and that I would like to have a copy of, I select that photo, and right here you can see that I can copy it to my album, I can copy it to my library, or I can download it. So if I copy it to my library, when we go back over, you'll see this image back over in my library. So I'll click back over there. I'll do a little refresh. Actually, it's in date taken and not on upload date. Here's a good example of where you would need to see that. So upload date, the newest, and there's that photo because I just brought it in. I'm going to go back to albums just a moment because I want to point out another share feature with you. So if I select this album here, and I suppose I want to share this album, I'll share this party here, and suppose I want to share this picture. If I select share, I'll get a link, and I can copy that link, and I can send that to the rest of these women if I want to. You can see I'm over here on the right, and I can send this link to all of these women so they have a copy of this photo. I can also share the entire album by just selecting the share up here, and this link would share this entire album with these women also. Okay, so let's go back to friends and family for a moment. It's easy to send friend requests. You just invite friends and you type in their name if they have an account. You can also share with people that have 2 gigabyte accounts. So when you create an album and make it a friends and family album, that means that everyone in friends and family are able to, in your friends and family, are able to see those particular albums. They would also be able to see public albums. If you had public albums, they would not be able to see anything private. You're the only one that can see private albums. So that's giving you a little bit of an overview of what an account looks like. One last thing to point out are print projects. And right from here, we can create our print projects and create the new photo book. And I would select a book and then be able to link my photos directly into that. So thanks for checking us out, and hope you're having fun in the current Facebook event that's going on. We'll see you there. Bye-bye.